All right, let me get this shit adjusted here. All right. Hey, is anybody there? Like say something in the chat if you're there. Like it says there's like 2 people watching, like whatever, Anyway, if there's people there, good morning. If there's not, I'm just talking to myself. It's cool. I like that. I'm fine with that. No problems. If you're here, say hi. Give me a nice hello there. We're gonna get started here in just a second. Of course, we're gonna start off as we start every morning with the morning pour. Get the day going right. Let's see here. I'll take a little sip of water. Get the pipes lubed up here. Hold on. I'm not even sure how many people are going to be here. It's kind of a last second thing. Just because I've had like the last week off. Well, I mean, like for the last week, I haven't really done. I think I did one video, and that was the how there's nobody here. Oh, good morning, Tracy. Hello. Yes, you're the only one watching right now. It's funny. You just like come out of like the room. You can see the same shit, but that's all right. I don't expect there to be all that many. It's championship week, so like less people tuning in. I get it. I'll do that in a second. All right. If you're here, if you're like, I don't know. If you're here, say hello. Otherwise, fuck off. If you're not here, you won't be able to hear me anyway, unless you watch this later for some reason. Like, why the fuck do you watch? Like sometimes I'll do these shows and like people will be watching like after the week's over. Like, what the fuck are you looking for? No, I'm just kidding, man. It's cool. We hang out. We're friends. It's all good. You want to see what I've got going on. You want to see what beer I'm drinking today. Maybe you missed it. And you're like, hey, what beer was he drinking? Today? It's The Brood Abides by Pelican Brewing. Hey, it's for those of you who are Big Lebowski fans, it's a White Russian inspired milk stout. It's good. I like darker beers. I like stouts. I like porters, that kind of thing. I'll drink anything you hand me. But I'm a bigger fan of the stouts, things like that. So anyway, that's what we got this morning. I'm gonna pour that in just a second here. I'm gonna see if anybody shows up. If not, whatever. I'll just fucking sit here and just like do whatever. I'll do benches and bumps myself. Maybe give myself some fucking help. Shit, I'm in 2 championship games myself for money, both of them. And, I spin back and forth a little bit. I've got, a couple that I'm a little bit down, but I'm feeling good about the projections. I think that the projections are a little bit off. I think that I've got a better chance with some of the guys than maybe like fucking Yahoo thinks I do. Yahoo, by the way, we're not. I'm going to get into them in a little bit here if we get some fucking people up in this shit. So, yeah. Fuck. I'm gonna go on and try to fucking send out some more invites here, see if I can get people on this shit. Like people just like are fucking just waking up or some fucking thing. I don't know. Let's see. If you're in here, if you're in, like, say hi in the fucking chat thing, be like, what's up? Ask a question, whatever. I don't care. I'm going to be doing some benches and bumps, some live benches and bumps. I got a lot of notes here. Look at my notes, fucking bro. Look at this shit. It's fucking crazy. I just like, it's fucking chicken scratch. But, it gets the job done. It helps me organize what's in my brain so I can help you guys. I know for like the past week, like I said, I only did one video. And, I had a lot going on. I'm going to get into more of that here in a little bit once we get some more people rolling in, if we get some more people rolling in. I hope they got it, but like the right time and shit. I'm pretty sure I did. Someone's on there. Someone else came in. Hey, whoever's there, say hi in the chat. We're getting started here. We're just getting warmed up. Fucking people waking up. You gotta let people on the West Coast. They're like, what the fuck, dude? Why are you starting the show at like 7:30 in the morning? I don't wake up till like 8 or 9. It's like, well, what the fuck, man? There's people on the East Coast. There's people like around the world that watch this shit. You don't even know. There's a motherfucker from Iceland, He fucking comes on sometimes, watches this shit. It's all good. Anyway, we want everybody around. If you're here, say hi. We're gonna get the pour going here in just a second. For those of you who didn't see it, here we are. The brood abides. Obviously reference to the Big Lebowski. We all love that shit. So I'm gonna get this poured up here. Whoever's here, say hi. If you whatever. Otherwise, here we go. Week 16 brew. Good morning. Breakfast brew right here. Get that fucking thing out. All right, here we go. Pouring it up. It's a White Russian inspired milk stout. So, oh shit. Hey, I'm not a bartender. What can I say? So, for those of you who are here, I'm going to let that calm down for just a second. Take a drink of water, loosen up the pipes. Oh, all right. So, like, not very many people here right now, but anyway, we'll get more in. I'm trying to get more people to get on here. If you've got some questions or whatever, go ahead. I'm going to get started here in just a second. I'm going to start off with the shit list. A couple things. A few entities in the fantasy football world that I'm a little fucking sick of, and I think you probably are too. So we'll get into that. Answer questions. Like I said, we got benches and bumps. I wanted to go over too, why I was missing kind of like I've only had one video, which was the waiver wires. I said I was going to do benches bumps for Christmas. I said I was going to do a whole Christmas thing. Never happened. So I apologize for that. But there's good reason for it. And we'll get into that here in just a second. Fuck, seriously? Like 2 people. Hey. If you're here, say hi in the chat. And I'm sorry. I'm just waiting to get a few more people in here before I start fucking going off on some shit. It's like that way people can be in on this shit. What the fuck, people? Come on. Wake up, everybody. Wake up. Whatever. Fuck it. I don't even know who's watching. If anybody's watching, say hi or whatever. But yeah, so I haven't done a video here. I've done one video this week. Usually I do like 3 or 4. And the reason why, obviously Christmas is a big part of it. And this is down a little bit. Hey, to championship week. This is where you win. This is where you play your best. You fucking go out there. You look at who's playing. You don't just fuck around. All right? Don't sit your studs, but start people in good matchups. But anyway, here we go. Championship week. Good luck to y'all. Here we go. All right. So here's the deal. For anybody watching, or if anybody watches this later or fucking wants to catch up, whatever, it doesn't matter. So here's the deal. Yeah, I mean, like, Christmas is a big part of it, like holiday season and shit like that. All that stuff gets in the way, right? But the big thing is that I was in the middle of actually making some of the some videos that I wanted to do. I was in the middle of making a benches and bumps when all of a sudden I got some really sharp chest pains and hard to breathe. I was here alone, Tracy and the kid were in the other room, and I was making videos, and I just, like, it was harsh. I was clutching my chest. I was like, fuck. It was actually a video. I'm not going to show you all. It's sad if you look at it. It's like, damn, what the fuck, dude? And so, yeah, like a very mild heart attack. Didn't have to go to the hospital, nothing like that. But, it's from lack of sleep. It's from not sleeping, from not, taking care of myself, spending too much time doing this shit. Nah, it's all good. I figured it out. I'm slowing it down a little bit. I took a break, got some sleep. All right, I'm feeling a lot better. So here we go. I'm feeling better today. I'm ready. I'm on one, which sucks because there's only one or two of you watching. Come on, get some more people in here. What the fuck? What is going on, people? Come on. What the hell? If you're here, say hi. Say, Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays, whatever. Let me know what you got for Christmas. We're gonna get started in just a sec. If there's anything to get started here, if there's anybody here. If fucking people don't show up, I'm just gonna fucking leave. I don't give a fuck. I fucking try to do these shows and these things, and people are all right, I need help. All right, cool, you need help. Well, come on in. Come on to the show. I'll answer your questions live. And you're like, all right. And then the nothing, the nobody. I'm not doing this show for fucking no one. I'll sit here and fucking talk to myself forever. Ask anybody who knows me. I'll fucking do that. I'll just sit here and fucking blab on like a motherfucking dumbass. Just be like, hey, look, hey, let's talk about fucking Drew Lock for some reason. I don't know why I picked on Drew Lock, but Drew Lock is, hey, he could have a great game today. He could also suck fucking ass. But that's just how he is. He's not a great quarterback, but he's not going to be what loses the game. He's not going to be the reason the Broncos lose, but he ain't going to be the reason the Broncos win. He's not going to be the reason your fantasy team loses, but he's not going to be the reason they win either. He's got a good enough matchup. Don't care. Just, there's better options. If you're in a two QB league or, you're doing the super flex, yeah, sure. Put him in there. But as a QB one, nah. There's tons of better options. You can't get fancy with it. Some people are like, hey, should I bet? Hey, I don't like Josh Allen's matchup coming up on Monday night, against New England. Do I want to bench him for for Drew Lock or something? No, you don't want to bench him for Drew Lock. Do I want to bench him for Jalen Hurts? Now that's a better question. And the answer to that is yeah. I'm going to put Jalen Hurts in over Josh Allen versus New England. Excuse me. After what I saw last week with what Jalen Hurts did on the ground and the air, I called it. I said, dude, watch out. This guy's going to fucking blow it up this week. And what does he do? 37 fucking points. That's blowing it up. All right? So, he's got to fucking kill the matchup this week. I think that him versus, if you're trying to choose between him and Josh Allen or something like that, fucking dude. Yeah, you got to, go Jalen Hurts. I don't care. I like the guy. I think he's really good. I think he's a talented guy. Someone else came in and out of here, whatever. Hopefully we get more people up in this shit. So anyway, because I got some good stuff here. I got some good stuff right here, but I don't want to fucking just tell one person, whoever the fuck that is. There might not even be anyone, just some fucking robot coming on and be like, hey, what is this guy doing? Maybe my own my own personal special ops army guy coming in and shit, being like, what the fuck? Who's infiltrating? Who the fuck is this guy? What is he doing this shit for? What is that for? What is that in the background? What is he doing? Anyway, doesn't matter. So, all right. So yeah, I had to slow down. I had to take a break. I couldn't keep going without sleep. I gotta sleep. Guys gotta sleep. Besides which, I'm actually I'm better at doing my job, better at doing what I do when I've had a little rest, even though I'm not up fucking, plugging away, trying to get everyone on the shit, watch my stuff. And I do appreciate everybody who doesn't fucking block me because I send you my link. Thank you very much. So yeah. We'll see if anybody else comes on here. It's crazy. I've done these a few times at least. I usually get about 6 or 7 people at a time. But man, championship week, not a lot of you left, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna be blowing this show up. There's gonna be a lot of improvements over the next on the off season. I'm gonna be getting a brand new background. I'm gonna be working on some things. By the time next season fucking rolls around, dude, I'm gonna be fucking ready to go, and we're all gonna be ready to go. I know a lot of you who aren't watching, you're gonna be back, you're gonna be ready, all right. But for those of you who are watching today, it is championship fucking week, so let's get it done, right? Right. All right. I'm gonna start things off real quick with the shit list, all right, because there's some fucking motherfuckers out there who belong on this motherfucking thing, all right. Shit. So let's fucking get this thing going. And the first thing that I'm saying is, all right, what do we got? Let's talk about Anthony Lynn for a second, shall we? All right. Anthony Lynn. All right, so you roll out. This is last week. He rolls out. He says like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna put Eckler on a pitch count." That's great. That's good information to know. That's excellent information for us fantasy managers to know that you're gonna put Austin Eckler on a pitch count. Great, wonderful. How about tell us before like 5 to 10 minutes before the start of the game, huh? How about you let us know that shit so we can fucking prepare? But no, now you have no time to prepare. During like a semifinals week. Are you fucking kidding me? You fucking kidding me? Anthony Lynn? What the fuck? You all year it's like this shit. What is going on? Okay, so let's see. You got Herbert, you got Eckler, you got Keenan Allen, you got Hunter Henry, you got an amazing defense, and your team fucking sucks. How is that possible? I know why it's possible. Because you suck, Anthony Lynn. Because you're taking the great talent that you have on that team and you're sinking it. You're sinking that team. You know what happens when you take great talent and you sink it? You know what happens? You know what happens when you fucking waste talent? Huh? I'll tell you what happens. Anthony Lynn, you're going on the shit list. Fuck you. All right, what up next? Yahoo. Oh my God, don't get me started on this shit. Yahoo. All right. For those of you who play on Yahoo, you know what I'm talking about. This year, they've been fucking up. What is going on with these fucking glitches, man? Like, fucking this, like, all these, like, oh, so you get these updates about shit that's going on, right? Like, oh, yeah, so-and-so is going to be out this week. Oh, great. I'm going to go in to my fucking lineup. I'm going to tinker around with that. I'm going to take out so-and-so. I'm going to put in this guy, right? You go in there, and you're like, what the fuck? It doesn't say he's out. I can't put him on IR and pick up someone else. What the fuck? Why can't I do that? So you click on the little blurb and says, this guy's out. Like McCaffrey. Like McCaffrey's out. Okay, but he's listed as doubtful. Okay, how fuck long is he going to be listed as doubtful when you've said in the little blurb next to, you click on it, he's going to be out this week. So you know he's going to be out, but you still have him listed as doubtful. What the fuck? And that's just like one of the many things. Like people have been telling me all kinds of fucking shit. Like they can't fucking switch people out, or like they weren't getting points for some fucking thing. I saw this like earlier this week. They couldn't even tell me what the projections were. We're getting all it tells me what the percentages of like he's 57% chance of winning, but they weren't telling me like what the live projections were. Dude, who the fuck is in charge of Yahoo shit this year? They are fucking up, and you know what? Whoever that is, Yahoo, I don't know what the fuck, like customer service maintenance for Yahoo fantasy football. Hey, Yahoo fantasy football platform, the supposed greatest in the world. Yahoo, you know what? You know what happens when you render it impossible for an owner to make changes to their lineup that are necessary? You know what happens when you're a fucking fantasy football platform and you can't even let fantasy football players make fantasy football decisions in their lineup because you can't get your shit straight? Guess what? Yahoo, you're on the shit list. That's right. And moving on, Jared Goff. Let's talk about Jared fucking Goff for a second here. It's real simple, this guy. You can't predict what he's going to do. You can't fucking predict it. There's no fucking telling what Jared Goff is going to do. It's like Derek Carr, but it's even more frustrating because he's got actual fantasy relevant fucking pass catchers other than like one guy. All right. He's got Cooper Kupp. He's got Woods. You got Higby in there. Fucking Everett gets in there and gets some things. Josh Reynolds gets in there and gets some things going on, you know. He's got fucking talent up in there. But you never fucking know what he's going to do. It's like a good week for him, right? You start him up, boom, he doesn't do shit. It's a bad week for him, boom, you start him up, dude. He still doesn't do shit. You're like, well, fine, then I'm going to take him out in a bad matchup. Boom, he blows it up. All right, well, then I'm going to put him in a good matchup. Boom, he doesn't do shit. There's no fucking telling what this guy's going to do. Jared Goff. Jesus Christ, this guy. I'm telling you, I can't fucking talk about him. If I tell him you to start him, he does terribly. If I tell you to sit him, he does great. I'm fucking done with it. I'm not talking about him anymore. Don't ask me about fucking Jared Goff, okay? You know why? Because you know what happens when nobody can fucking predict what the hell you're going to do in fantasy football? You know what? You're going on the shit list. There, Jared Goff's on the shit list. I don't want to hear about him ever again, all right? Don't ask me any questions about him. Fuck it, all right? There you go. So, God's amongst men, how you doing, my man? Good to see you on here. I don't know what. Look around. There ain't many people here. It's like you and I just chilling. Let's just like fucking hang out. Hey, I know you're good for it. I'm gonna fucking smoke a J because there ain't fucking nobody here. Who's gonna stop me? What, you got like the police or some shit? No, dude. I'm where it's legal, so it's all good. But anyway, what else I gotta do? Yeah, I got the benches and bumps coming up. I was gonna do that in like the second hour here, but like fuck, I'm not getting any questions. There's no people here. Yeah, let's like this shit up. Now, this is a Blue Dream. Hopefully, if you don't know it, it's good stuff. It's like what is it like? It's like I don't remember who. It's like I think it's like OG Kush and like some shit. I don't fucking know. Anyway, it's good stuff. That's all I have to say. Blue Dream. If you've never had it, find it, try it out. It's actually Snoop Dogg's favorite. Hey, there's some trivia for you. Snoop Dogg's favorite strain, Blue Dream. Here we go. For Snoop Doggy Dogg. We're taking a small chronic break for y'all. What's up? Snoop Dogg. Big Snoop Dogg coming in, play some fantasy football with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Dude, I would love to fucking play. Blue Dream is badass. Mango Kush, huh? Mango Kush. Yeah. I've had that. It's good stuff. No, you know what'd be really fucking cool is if I had Snoop Dogg up in this shit, fucking playing fantasy football. Could you imagine how much fun that would be? Playing fantasy football with Snoop Dogg? I mean, that guy he had his own youth fantasy league. That's fucking cool. I'd love to have my own youth fantasy league, all right? Or not fantasy league. What the fuck am I talking about? Youth football league. Like, that's cool. Like, some dads, right? They're like, hey, I'm going to coach my kid's team. And that's fucking cool. But Snoop Dogg's like, man, I'm going to start a whole fantasy football or a whole football league just so my son can play football. You know what I mean? And he fucking does it. He's like, yo, what's up? I'm the best coach. I'm going to name my team the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? And he fucking does it. And just, dude, when you're that rich, when you got that kind of money and that kind of fucking pull around that area, right, man? You do what you want. Anyway, here's the Snoop Dogg. If he does play fantasy football, he ought to be watching my fucking show. Anyway. All right. This thing's being fucking asshole. Here we go. Oh yeah, so I don't know if you were here earlier, but today we got the Brood Abides by Pelican Brewing. It's a White Russian milk stout. So here you go. All right. That was the shit list. Just like real quick. So next week, week 17, nobody fucking plays week 17 unless you're in a shit fucking league. And so there's like few people who are like, fuck, I play in week 17 and nobody's there to give me advice. Like there's ESPN leagues like where they do like the 2-week thing. So championship week is week 16 and 17. What a fucking nightmare. I did do that last year in the ESPN Fantasy Focus League. So So for those of you who don't watch, ESPN Fantasy Focus, Matthew Berry, all that shit, that fucking podcast, right? Every year they would do a fantasy league for the fans. It's called the Show League or whatever, right? So I actually went on and I put in a submission pretending to be like my baby girl in the womb, like before she was born, right? Saying like, oh, I want to play fantasy football. My dad's a good player, my mom's a good player, etc. And so they actually read the fucking email on the air, like it's on ESPN, like in the archives and shit. I have it recorded anyway. So there's like pictures of my daughter when she's in the womb, like her fetus was on ESPN. But anyway, so got into the league, 16 team league. And we get to the championship. I was in the championship match, and it's a 2-week championship, 16 and 17. I was like, "What are you fucking kidding me? This professional shit. It's supposed to be like the number one fantasy football podcast in the world, on the number one sports sports broadcast, ESPN, and like they're like fucking 16 team, week 16 and 17." Week 16 and 17. Are you fucking kidding me? I still fucking won it. I still killed that shit, of course. But still, fuck that shit. Anyway, some more people in here, so let's get some shit going on. I'm gonna put that down for a minute. All right. So, for those of you who weren't here earlier and heard, I had to take a little bit of a break. I hadn't been doing the videos like I said I was going to because I had a little bit of I had a mild heart attack. Not a big deal, just some chest pains, that kind of thing. I took care of it. I'm all good. I got some sleep, got some rest, but here I am ready to give you all the advice that you need for your championship week 16. So if you got some questions, ask those questions. Otherwise, we're going to go right into benches and bumps here in just a moment. I'm going to take a drink. Here we go. Cheers to y'all. But no, I've got I had a whole fucking show going, dude. I fucking had, thank you, my man. We're doing it. We are doing it right here. I had to see, okay, so like I said, I got my notes process here. It's fucking crazy. All the shit that I had going on, I had, benches and bumps written, all kinds of fucking shit. All right, so then deep dives, my deep dives. Fucking dude, I had so much stuff going on. So let's do it. Let's do it. All right, I'm gonna get a couple things up here, little blurbs, some things that I wrote up. Oh, what are you trying to do that for? No. Of course I want to continue. All right. Like I said, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask those. But I'm going to get on with the benches and bumps here live. Like I said, I had these written out. I had everything ready to go. And then fucking shit happened. And stress, no sleeping. I have to think of my family first. So, make some choices. But I'm here. I'm here to fucking help. So if you have any questions, you need anything at all, let's do it. Otherwise, I'm getting the benches and bumps up for week 16. And this is the thing about week 16. Obviously, championship week. But what you got to realize is there's a lot of teams that aren't they're not in it anymore. They're out of it. They're done. They've decided, they're just done. They're gone. There's no reason for them to even fucking play or give a fuck. All right? So you got to keep that in mind. If they don't give a fuck, they're not going to fucking put up their starting players. All these people, like, for instance, I'm going to talk about George Kittle, right? So all these people were like, hey, should I throw Kittle out there? I'm like, yeah, do put George Kittle out there. But don't expect him to have, like, a big 20-point week because they're probably going to hold him back. There's no reason to have him go all the way. And look what they did. I mean, he scored, I think it was like 13 points. That's pretty good for a tight end, right? That's, top 5 tight end, but it's not going to be number 1 overall. You got to temper your expectations. Don't fuck up and go like, well, fuck it. I'm not going to start him. I'm going to start someone who could score 7 or 8 points. Don't do that. Stick with your studs. But if your stud has a really bad matchup, then, he did all right. Kittle did all right. What I'm saying is like when we talk about George Kittle, we're talking about a 20 to 25 point day. That's a George Kittle day. What I was trying to tell people is he's not going to have a George Kittle day, but he's still going to have a top 5 tight end day. And I think that's true. I think when the week is end, he'll be a top 5 tight end. But he's not. It's not a 20 to 25 point George Kittle fucking day. I can't wait till next season, man. Dude, as a Niners fan, that guy is fucking solid. I'm telling everyone. People have been talking about like, okay, so Kelsey, he's got to be the greatest tight end of all time. He's going to be better than Tony Gonzalez, blah, blah, blah. All right. Travis Kelce's great. I ain't going to take that away from him. But I think that George Kittle could be better than Travis Kelce. He could be. And I'll tell you why. As far as pass catchers go, I think they're about the same. Now, obviously, Travis Kelce has a much better quarterback throwing to him. Excuse me. And that gives him a big advantage, especially in fantasy football. But the thing about Kittle is that he is a better run blocker than Kelce. Look at the tape. George Kittle is a better run blocker than Travis Kelce. That's the thing about Kittle is he does both. He's a great blocking tight end and a great catching tight end, and you don't see that a lot. It's usually one or the other. Anyway, that's my take on Travis Kelce versus Kittle. So anyway, but a better example, for instance, like, okay, so I was saying earlier, like Josh Allen's got a bad matchup this week. If you're trying to think of like starting him or like Trubisky or Drew Lock, don't get cute with it, right? Don't get cute with it. Start Josh Allen. But if you're thinking about starting like Jalen Hurts, that's a different thing entirely. So I wanted to get more into that because Jalen Hurts is my QB bump of the week in a little segment I call Benches and Bumps, Benches and Bumps, Benches and Bumps. So here we go. Benches and Bumps live. And my bump up at QB is Jalen Hurts. After what he did last week, the 37 points, all the rushing, like what he had, like 60 some odd rushing yards after having 100 and some odd rushing yards the week before. All right, this guy is it's like having a running back and a QB, throwing them together into one. And I know we've had a lot of people like that, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, sometimes Russ Wilson, but right now, right today, week 16, championship week, Jalen Hurts is the one getting it done. And he's got that fantasy fiesta in Dallas. And he's going to feast. Boy, oh boy, is he going to feast. The question is, who is going to be the benefactor of this feast? Which wide receiver? Who's he going to throw to? Is it going to be Goddard? Is it going to be Ertz? Is it going to be, is Jeffrey going to get back in there? Is Jalen Reagor going to fucking do it? I'd love to see this Jalen and Jalen connection, and that's my pick right there. I think Jalen Reagor, he's a guy who give him an honorary mentionable bump, I guess, because I think Jalen Hurts and Jalen Reagor are going to hook up. All right. It doesn't get much, it's not much different. Think about it this way. Every year, for those of you who play fantasy football for a while, maybe you know this. When you get into the championship week, you got to make some weird fucking decisions because shit fucking changes. Right now, the Eagles are fucking trying to play for the division. All right. All 4 fucking dismal goddamn teams in the NFC East are playing for the title. So everyone's playing hard. All right. They're going to be playing their asses off. Jalen Hurts is showing that he can do it. He's showing that he can be that hybrid guy. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of using him. Okay. Don't be afraid of it. Put him in there. Bump him up. Another guy I like this week is Justin Herbert. Hey, I know he's a stud. Why am I talking about him in benches and bumps? I shouldn't be talking about him in benches and bumps. You're right. There's no way I should be talking about him in benches and bumps. But people ask me about him every fucking week. Oh, should I start Justin Herbert? Oh, he's got this guy in a matchup. Oh, maybe he's hit the rookie wall. Oh, maybe Keenan Allen, he's going to be out this week, and he is going to be out this week. So, if you have him in lineups, make sure to get him out. All right. I like Mike Williams. I like Johnson this week. Those two, get them in there. No Henry. No Allen. I think Henry's out, right? No Allen. So, but I still like him. I still think that he as a quarterback He's still going to get the job done. He will be sneaking, get some runs in there too, But I think that they're going to need to fucking score some points. Let's see. So hold on, I got some more little notes here. Let's see. Now, I think that, I think he's going to be throwing early and often against the Broncos. I think that him and Eckler, he's going to get a lot of those dump offs to Eckler. Eckler's going to be running it up. All right. But the thing is, that's still going to score points for Herbert because they're those little dump offs. Those still count. So anyway, Herbert's going to be fine. Don't worry about him. Give him a bump up. Okay. All right. I don't want to sit here talking about that forever because it's stupid. What a dumb fucking thing. All right. But I do want to go back to Jalen Hurts for just a sec. All right. Let's talk about how, going forward, for those of you who are in Dynasty, here's the deal. Wentz is done. He's out of here. Goodbye, cavalcade of crap. Say goodbye to Carson's cavalcade of crap and say hello to the Hurts locker because Jalen Hurts is going to fucking light it up this year and next year. Mark my words. People are not going to know exactly where to draft him, and he's going to go late. And those of us who are smart enough to pick him up in like the 8th or 9th round, we're going to fucking kill it. Okay? So if you have him in Dynasty, hold on to him because he's going to be worth his weight in gold next year. All right? I'm telling you right now. So let me give you an example. Dallas gives up over 20 fantasy points to the combination of Mullins and Beathard. Come on now. Jalen Hurts. He's going to fucking kill it this week. Get him out there. He's going to be a top 3. I'm telling you, top 3. It's like him and Mahomes and fucking throw in whoever you want. Maybe Lamar Jackson. He could have a good week too. Hey. Anyway, another guy I'm bumping up this week is Baker Mayfield. Yeah. Like I said, don't start him over like a Josh Allen just because he's got a, kind of bad matchup. Josh Allen can be matchup proof. But like if you've been struggling, I try to find a good QB. If you're streaming QBs, I'd say that Baker Mayfield is definitely a good play this week against those Jets. Now, a lot of you are saying, but he's got all his wide receivers gone. Okay. Yeah, they're all gone. Wiped out. He's got Marvin Hall and Austin Hooper. But the thing is, he's going to need to fucking score. He's going to be throwing a lot of those little dump-offs to Hunt. Again, those still count. All right? Just like Herbert's going to be doing with Eckler. Don't be afraid. Now, his value goes way down. But, again, he's facing the Jets. So, I still think he's going to have a good game. He's a bit of a sleeper in DFS because not a lot of people are going to be using him because they're going to be afraid of all the, the COVID, all of the wide receivers being gone. But Baker Mayfield's still going to need to throw the ball. Is he going to hand it to Chubb a lot? Yeah, sure he is. Chubb's going to have a great game, obviously. But the problem is that the Browns, they're not going to be able to run for very long. To do, just running alone, it's not gonna happen. I think that the Jets defense is a little bit better than that. They're going to have to throw, and he's, going to have to throw to whoever's there. It's going to be Hall. It's going to be Hooper. It's going to be Hunt. Hall, Hooper, Hunt. Triple H, right? The game, playing the game. Baker Mayfield going in there. Do it. Put him in there. If you're trying to stream and you're like a deep league, you need a deep dive. Hey, Baker Mayfield, despite all the missing wide receivers, could still have a good game. All right. So let me talk about a couple of what we got here. So sleepers, yeah. Let's talk about Mitch Trubisky. Now I told you, fucking pick this guy up. Sit him for week 15. Start him in the championship week. And here we are. We're here. It's time. Give me a second here. Now, he had a bad week at the office last week, but and I told you that was going to happen. This week, he's money. So get him in your lineup. Give him the bump up to your starting lineup. I like Trubisky this week. I think that, those pussycats of Jacksonville, they ain't going to stop him. I think Trubisky, since he's been back, has been great. I don't know why the fuck they went away from him. Why the hell did the Chicago Bears go, hey, we've got a winning record here with Trubisky, but let's go to fucking Foles instead? Are you kidding me? Why the hell would you do that? That's fucking stupid. That was fucking dumb. I'm sorry. That was dumb. Trubisky's going to be fine. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback or nothing, but he's going to be fine this week against the Jacksonville Pussycats. Okay? So go ahead. If you were smart and you listened and you picked them up to save them for the championship week, start them. Do it. This is why I told you to do it. So do it. Don't fucking double, oh, well, wait a minute. Was that a good play? He didn't do well last week. I told you he wasn't going to do well last week. It's this week that you want to play him. This is the week you want to play Trubisky. So play him this week, all right? Get him out there. Drew Lock could have a good week, too. I think let's see. I had some things here. Yeah. The Chargers D has been giving up 26.5 fantasy points to opposing QBs here this season. Oh, well, 25 over 25 points. Great. That's going to help you championship week. Can Drew Lock do that? He's perfectly capable. He's got Tim Patrick out there. He's got Jerry Jeudy. He's got some weapons. He's got Noah Fant. He's going to get it done. He's going to get his 20 to 25 points. If you need a solid start at QB this week, Drew Lock's a good start. Just don't start him over studs. That's all I'm saying. All right. So let's move on to some benches, though. And this week, I'm benching Russell Wilson. Oh no. The 49ers fan is benching Russell Wilson. Big surprise. Also, are you fucking crazy? The fantasy tyrant, look, watch. Like that number going from 6 to 5. People are like, fuck you, fantasy tyrant. You know what the fuck you're talking about. Sitting Russell Wilson. Okay, let's talk about sitting Russell Wilson. Yeah, Russell Wilson was cooking. He was cooking there for a bit. But lately, his cooking right now in the past few weeks, past 3 or 4 weeks, whatever, it tastes like microwave dog shit, to be honest with you. All right? I don't want his cooking the way it is right now, especially not against the Rams. He's going to have Jalen Ramsey all up in his ass all fucking day. All right? You're going to have him taking away DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. We never know what the fuck he's going to do. All right? Russell Wilson, it's just a bad matchup this week. The Rams are the best team in the league giving up points against QBs. They're giving them less than 16 fantasy points a game per game to QBs. Is that really what you want in your championship week? Less than 16 points? Now I know that Russell Wilson can do what he does, but he hasn't been doing it. So why should we even trust him in this matchup? I don't know if we can. Can we? Maybe he's been saving it up. Maybe he and the fantasy gods have a little plan. They're like, oh, just when they think we're not going to do good, I'm going to blow it up and put it down a 30 burger. Could he do that? Sure, he could do that. But this is the fantasy championship week. All right. This is where you don't take the coulda, woulda, shoulda. You take what's going to be the most likely outcome. All right. And most likely, the Rams have proved that they're going to stop the QB. And Russell Wilson hasn't been playing well in even good matchups recently. So you put those two things together. And what I'm saying is, if you've got better options, and you very well could, put Russell Wilson on your bench. All right? I know, hot take. That's a hot take right there. Russell Wilson on the bench. Am I crazy? Maybe. But I just have a feeling it ain't going to turn out well for him. All right, let's move on. Let's see, who else do I got here? Hey, you know who else hasn't looked like himself lately? He's Big Ben. Even in good matchups, he's just not looking right. But this week, he's got the Colts. So not only has he not been looking good, but he's going against a team that's that's allowing less than 15 fantasy points a game, and he's been getting less than 14 fantasy points a game in 3 of his last 4 games. This does not look good. This is not even a top 20 QB play this week. Put Big Ben on your bench. All right. Also, hey, you know who's been kind of making his way up, helping you get into your fantasy football championships? Kirk Cousins. You know who you shouldn't start in your fantasy football championship? Kirk Cousins. All right? No, not this week. Not against the Saints. They're no joke. Saints are no joke at stopping the QB. Okay? We're talking about, let's see. What do we got here? I'll give you the live results or the live stats here. The Saints are giving up less than 20 fantasy points per week to QBs. And let's see. I got another stat here. Let's see. Yeah. Over this season, you're looking at just about 20. But in the past 5 weeks, they've been giving up just over 16 fantasy points per game. That's not good. That's not going to get the job done. Kirk Cousins in a bad matchup? No, thank you. Put Kirk Cousins on your bench. That's right. So, let's talk about some running backs here. What do I like? Now, one of my running backs that I actually had on the list was Leonard Fournette. I thought Leonard Fournette was going to kill it. I thought he did a good job. I wish I could get credit for that, but I did have him as a bump this week. Another big bump, though, that I have that hasn't played yet that I could actually get credit for is J.K. Dobbins. I think J.K. Dobbins is going to show why he was drafted where he was. I think that he is going to do some good work this week. He's earned a spot on my list here. Over the past few weeks, he's gotten better and better. He's averaging right around 15 fantasy points a week. He's a solid RB2. Okay, I think he's going to be a solid RB2 again this week. And in fact, could be good against the Giants' garbage run D. All right, the Giants fucking through the air, they've got it going on. On the ground, though, they suck ass. Look at what they did. You know, look what they've been allowing over the past few weeks. Let's take a look here. I'm gonna give you the stats on that. So over the past few weeks, looking at the Giants, looking at the run defense. Hold on, let me extrapolate that out here. Over the past 5 weeks, they're giving up less than 20 fantasy points per game to the squads. That's not just one running back, because that's all right for one. We're talking about the full squads here, scoring less than 20 fantasy points per week. So, you know, wait a minute. No. Hold on. I had that wrong. Give me a second. Rewind. Sorry about that, folks. No. Here, give me a second. The Giants are scoring. I was fucking looking at the wrong thing. I apologize. Live mistakes. Okay. No. I'm sorry. The Giants are giving up over 20 fantasy points per week on the year to running backs. Now, I know that they're not the worst team there is. I just feel like J.K. Dobbins is so good, and that offense is so geared toward the run between him and Lamar Jackson that even though the Giants are better against defending against the pass, I think that both Lamar Jackson and J.K. Dobbins could have a good game on the ground. I think that's where they're going to get the work in. They're on the ground against the Giants. So anyway, put J.K. Dobbins up, bump him up to your starting lineup. I also like Gio Bernard this week. I don't know what, like a lot of people are down on him or whatever. He's got a fucking amazing matchup this week. I don't get what everyone's ambivalence about starting him is. I mean, I think I've looked on some sites like Fantasy Pros has him way down. Where is it? They got him as like the number 23. They're going against Houston, though. I mean, I don't understand that. So, like, okay, let's look for the season. The Texans, where are they? They're like in the middle of the pack there. 22 fantasy points per game to running back squads. What's the hate about that? Gio Bernard runs well when he gets the opportunity. And I know that Cincinnati, the fucking running the quarterback situation sucks. They got Finley this week. Isn't Finley starting this week? Not Allen Finley, right? Yeah. Yeah. No, that's terrible. But the thing is, he's gonna be fucking checking down to him. He's going to be handing it off. He doesn't want to fucking play the game. Finley doesn't want to play shit. Are you kidding me? He'll want Gio Bernard to do all the work, and I think he can do it. I think against the Texans, yeah, he can get some jobs done there. He can get the work done. He's he catches passes out of the backfield. He can fucking run well. I love the mustache. I'm actually liking Gio Bernard this week. Give him the bump up. All right. Anybody have any questions or anything? Go ahead. Ask anything. Oh, look at it. What do you expect out of Allen Robinson today? I like him. I like A-Rob today. I'll get into why here in just a sec. Yeah, Allen Robinson. Like I said earlier, I like Mitch Trubisky. I think that Mitch Trubisky could have a good game. I said that everyone should pick him up, save him for the championship game. I just feel like, with the Jaguars, the Pussycats of Jacksonville, they could go with a run-heavy attack, and I think that they will. I think that Montgomery's going to have a good game. But I do think that this is one where Allen Robinson can take advantage. Let's see. Just to give you an idea, I've got some stats here. The starting cornerbacks last week were Greg Maben and Chris Claybrooks, a duo. Okay, that, by the way, allowed 40 of 62 passing for 599 yards and 9 touchdowns, okay, over their career. All right, that's nearly 10 yards per target and a touchdown for every 6.9 yards. That's fucking terrible. There have been 10 wide receivers who finished with 20-plus PPR points against the Jaguars this season. I think Allen Robinson has the talent to do it. I think that with Trubisky thrown into him, everything points to him having a great game, which means the fantasy football gods are going to fucking take a shit in our cereal and make it so that he doesn't have a good game. But I don't give a shit. I'm starting him anyway. No, seriously, though. Allen Robinson, I see a good game from this week, all right? Put him out there. Start him with confidence, liking Trubisky against the Jags. Like I said, yeah, I think David Montgomery's going to have a good game. Monty's going to fucking kill it this week. But I still think Allen Robinson will have a good game. He'll have a high-end wide receiver 2, low-end wide receiver 1 production. So, I mean, unless you're fucking stacked as fuck at wide receiver, I would say start Allen Robinson. Good question. Let's get some more bumps up here. And what do I get? Oh, some sleepers? Yeah, I had Myles Gaskin on this list. See, this is terrible, man. I had these great fucking sleepers and shit going on. I was killing it this week, and I'm not going to get any credit for it. Oh, man, I knew Myles Gaskin was going to fucking kill it, dude. I fucking knew it. Luckily, I did come back in time to answer people's questions. So when people did ask about Gaskin, I was like, start him, put him in there, get him in there. And if you did, good job. Way to go. You're doing well this week, I'm pretty sure. I also like Daryl Henderson this week. With Akers out, it's going to go back to Henderson. He's going to be the man there. And again, I've been looking around like people's projections and shit, and they have him pretty far down the list. A lot of people have him right around, just outside running back 2 range. I think he's within that. I think he's a mid-level RB2, maybe even a high-level RB2 this week. He's going to be in the fantasy playground of Seattle. Oh, he's going to feast. Look how well he did when Akers was hardly playing. All right. Look at when he was the main running back, when Daryl Henderson was the main guy there, he was killing it. He was getting the job done. So I don't see why he wouldn't this week against Seattle. Why with Akers out, why people would be down on Daryl Henderson? No, I think this is a sleeper this week. I think this is a guy, a lot of people, he's a true sleeper. People are actually sleeping on him. and he doesn't deserve it. Good DFS play this week. Put him in there. Slide him in. All right? I like him. I like Daryl Henderson this week. Let's see. Let's move on to the benches. And the top guy, well, see, I wanted to bench James Robinson, but he's injured, so, that's not going to work. But Chris Carson has got a bad matchup. I don't like Chris Carson this week. I don't like any of the Seahawks this week, to be honest. Put them all on your bench, Carson included. Now, like I said, don't bench him for like some jamoke, but, if you've got a lot of other good running backs, I would start J.K. Dobbins over Chris Carson this week. Yeah, something like that. I think Chris Carson's, just outside the RB2 range. I think he's going to be, RB 21, 22, something like that when the week's said and done. I don't think that's good enough to start. Put him on your bench. Also, Jonathan Taylor. Let's talk about this kid for a second. I love Jonathan Taylor. I think Jonathan Taylor is going to be a stud. I think this is a guy who next season, when we're talking about the draft, I think Jonathan Taylor is going to be one of those guys that he could sneak his way up into the end of the first round. He really could. And in like leagues where maybe like half PPR standard leagues where the wide receiver isn't quite as valued, I think that JT could make his way up. I think in PPR he's going to still be a second rounder, but he's not going to go past that. But this week though, he's got the Pittsburgh fucking Steelers. I'm gonna give you some names here, all right? Let's talk about some names that the Pittsburgh Steelers defense has faced, all right? Zeke Elliott, heard of him? Yeah, me too. Derrick Henry, yeah, I'm sure you know who that guy is. James Robinson, that's right. You know what? Guess what? Did any of these guys get over 14 fantasy points against the Pittsburgh Steelers? No, they didn't. King Henry did the best at 13. 13 fantasy points for King Henry is shit. Pure fucking shit. All right? So if King Henry can't do that, if James Robinson can only muster like 12, 13 points, Ezekiel Elliott was like, 7 points against him? No. I'm sorry, Jonathan Taylor. Love you. I think Nyheim Hines is going to actually have a better game. I actually like Nyheim Hines better because of the pass catching. I think it's going to in PPR. In standard, don't fucking use any of them. In PPR, put in Hines. And leave JT on your bench. I'm sorry, JT. I love you. Excuse me. JT, I think you're going to be a stud in this league. Not this game, though. No, you guys want some stats on that shit? I'll give you some stats on that shit. Here we go. The Pittsburgh Steelers against running backs are allowing 14.4 fantasy points per game. Fuck that. That's for the whole squad. That's not for individual running backs. That's per week. Okay? That's against the first and second down backs, the third down backs, the change of pace backs every week, the 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 backs that everyone's using every week, 14.4 fantasy points. I do not want that in my lineup. What is, half of that, 7, 8 points? Yeah. That's what I'm expecting from JT this week, about 7 or 8 points. Now, if he blows it up, if he fucking, does his usual work, man, this guy's a stud, and I want him in the first round next year. I don't think it's going to happen. So if you have better options at running back this week, JT, I'm putting you on my bench. All right. Anyone got any questions for me here? While we're at it. Ridley versus the Chiefs today. Should be good, right? Damn right he should be. Now, here's the thing. So, with the Chiefs, if you see so you look at the Chiefs and their defense is supposed to be pretty good against wide receivers, right? Okay, yeah. And the reason why is because, so the Chiefs defense is all right, but I don't think that they're they're not marquee. what happens is the Chiefs get to such a big lead that the other team has to throw. The Chiefs know they're going to throw. They play for the pass. They put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. The quarterback makes mistakes. Boogity bobbity boom. There you go. It's over. That's how it works. Now, let's remember who the quarterback is for the Falcons facing the Chiefs this week. All right? A little guy we call Matty Ice. Now, of course, that's Matt Ryan. But why do we call him Matty Ice? Because he's got ice water in his veins. Because this guy doesn't fucking crack. Because he doesn't crack under pressure. All right? So against other quarterbacks, sure. But not against Matty Ice. I'm not saying he's going to be the greatest quarterback in the world. But look what he did last week. I think Matty Ice is going to do fine. And he's got no Julio Jones. He's got Calvin Ridley in there, and he's got Russell Gage. All right, Hayden Hurst hasn't done shit. Zacchaeus ain't doing shit. It's Ridley and it's Cage. Okay, so you got two guys catching all the passes from Matt Ryan against a team who you're going to need to throw against, dude. Yeah, Ridley's gonna kill it. Don't worry about that matchup. It has nothing to do with anybody covering him. No one's going to be able to cover Ridley. Ridley's going to get his. All right, we're looking at around 20 fantasy points for Ridley this week. All right, I like him. Start him up. All right, good question. What else we got? If there's nothing else, I'm going to move on, and we're going to talk about wide receivers. All right. You take a look here at my notes, my wide receivers that I want to bump up this week. Hey, I like Robert Woods, the fantasy playground of Seattle. He's going to go in there. He's going to slide down the slides. He's going to go on the merry-go-round, right? He's going to swing. He's going to have a great time, okay? Robert Woods is going to have a great time this week. He's going to score a lot of fantasy points. He's going to be the top target for Jared Goff, and I don't trust Jared Goff. He's on my shit list, but it doesn't mean that he can't produce, and it doesn't mean that Robert Woods won't produce, and I think he will. I like Robert Woods. Give him a bump up this week. Who else? Let's see here. Mike Evans I had on here. That was a good call. I also had Godwin. I said they both do good. That was a good call. What else we got? Emmanuel Sanders. Maybe not so much. Jalen Reagor. I think Jalen Reagor breaks out this week. This is Jalen Reagor's breakout week, guys. Here it is. The Jalen to Jalen connection starts this week. Here it is. You're going to get a preview of a big, big thing that's going to happen next year. Jalen to Jalen, Hurts to Reagor. It starts this week against the fantasy fiesta of Dallas. They're going to feast. They're going to kill it. I love it. I love Jalen Hurts. I love Jalen Reagor. Put them together. A great stack in DFS. Okay, if you're playing DFS this week, get that going. Hurts and Reagor. Okay? The Dallas Cowboys are like should they even called Cowboys anymore against on defense? Against the wide receivers especially. They're not really Cowboys. They're more like cow shit. Let's face it. They're more like cow shit. Excuse me. So the Cowboys are giving up over 28 fantasy points per game to wide receivers. Over 28 fantasy points per game. Guess what? Half and half. Let's see. That's Reagor. We'll get half of that, and everyone else will get the other half. Okay? I like Jalen Reagor this week. Give him a bump up. What else? Yeah. No, that pretty much covers it for that. And then for benches, all right. And I don't like DJ Moore's chances this week. I don't like He's had such a volatile fucking season, man. I mean, he's up and down. He's dealing with the fact that Matt Rule has his pet project from Temple, Robbie Anderson on the team. Samuel's been fucking killing it as a gadget guy. I think that DJ Moore showed a lot of fucking moxie last year, but this year he's not doing it. All right. And this week, they're going against the football team. And you're like, oh, the football team. Oh, no. What are they doing? I'll tell you what they're doing. They're giving up only 19 fantasy points per game to wide receiver squads. That's the whole fucking squad. I don't want that. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. I do not want that. Half of that shit? Hell no. Not in my championship week. Certainly not. So DJ Moore, I'm sorry. I'm putting you on the bench. All right, who else we got? DJ Moore. T.Y. Hilton. You're facing Pittsburgh. You haven't been playing. You didn't play well last week. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Philip Rivers is about to go on my shit list, to be honest with you. I don't know who the fuck he's going to throw to. Is it going to be Pascal? Is it going to be Hilton? Is it going to be Pittman? It's like he picks on one guy each week. He's got to play, I got this guy for a couple weeks. Maybe this week it's Pascal again. I don't know. Maybe he goes back to Pittman. I don't fucking know. Or maybe they do nothing because Pittsburgh is so fucking bomb on defense. Maybe Pittsburgh just stops them. Who knows? Either way, doesn't matter to me because I am putting I'm putting T.Y. Hilton on the bench. Who else? DJ Chark? No. Last year was your year. You started off all right this year. You haven't done shit. You got Laviska Shenault coming up. You got Keelan Cole coming up. I think this is actually a better week for Eifert, to be honest with you. I don't care. I look at the stats. I just don't like DJ Chark this week, rest of the season. We'll see what he does next season. But for right now, not in your championship game, I'm putting DJ Chark on the bench. Oh, I love the Chark. But not this week. Not in a championship game. Not the way he's been playing lately. Put the Chark on your bench. All right? Hey, we're rolling right along here. I'm going to take a little bit of break from the benches and bumps. We'll get back to that. We're going to talk about tight ends, and I'm going to get into some deep dives too, okay? We got time for it. So we're going to talk about the tight end benches and bumps, and then I'm going to get into the deep dives. Not a lot of people cycling through today. It's all right. I didn't like promote much this week. I took a week off. What can I say? Not really a week off. I'm still working. I'm still doing what I need to do. But it was the holidays. I had a lot going on there. Had some health issues that I'm working through. Doing better though. I'm doing a lot better. Thank you so much for all your support, all your concern. Okay, let's talk a little bit too about where we're going. So, starting next week, week 17, most of you aren't going to be playing after this week unless you're in a shitty fucking league, in which case I'm sorry, get your ass out of that fucking league. But here's the deal. DFS, for those of you who don't play daily fantasy, give it a shot. All right? I don't suggest you throwing all your money away on any of that shit, right? Okay, but excuse me, but it's always okay. So the way I look at it is this: you could play the lottery. You could put in a fucking couple bucks, get a lottery ticket. It don't mean shit. You got like 1 in 64 million chance of fucking doing anything. It ain't gonna do shit for you. However, you play fantasy football, all the time anyway. You already know what you're doing there. So why don't you take that same knowledge, okay? Put a little money on the line. Learn from a guru like me who can teach you how to put some lineups together and fucking kill it. So starting next week, I'm going to be doing a DFS show. That's what I'm doing for the playoffs. Because, there's no more fantasy football. So for week 17 through the Super Bowl, it's DFS podcast time. I'm going to teach you how to stack. I'm going to teach you how to bring back. I'm going to teach you how to do the things that you need to do to make the money. I'm going to teach you how to play tournaments. I'm going to teach you how to play cash games. All right? I'm going to tell you which guys are going to have the good weeks, which guys, you should start based on not only are they going to have a good week, but the percentage of other people that are starting them. Okay? These are some important things you got to think of when you're playing DFS. All right? What guys have a high level of start percentage, because you don't want to start all the same guys everybody else is. You want to, make contrarian plays. Excuse me. You want to make contrarian plays that will win you the week. Now, obviously, if Derrick Henry is having a fucking week, if Derrick Henry's got a good week, he's got a good matchup, put him in there. But it's the rest of the guys that you fit in. It's how you fill in the rest of that. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So for those of you who don't know much about DFS, or even if you do, and you just want a little help with who to start next week, with who to start when the NFL playoffs start, etc. Hey, I'm your guy. I've been your guy for season long. I'm going to be your guy for DFS too. All right, I'm going to start that DFS show. I might be continuing that in the next season. We're going to see how it goes. It's all experimental. So before I move on to my benches and bumps for tight ends and my deep dives for the week, I want to talk a little bit about this show. Hold on. Story time. Gather around, kiddies. I'm going to tell you about the Fantasy TyRant, how this all happened, okay, and what the point of this is. So, if you didn't know, I didn't start this until I think week 8 or something like that in the season, like halfway through the season. Why the hell would somebody start a fantasy football show halfway through the season? Doesn't make any sense. All right, I'll tell you why. Because I've been playing fantasy football for like 11, 12 years. I was really good right away. I played a lot of different teams, a lot of different leagues. I won a lot of championships really quick. I play in 4 or 5 fantasy leagues every year, and I'm in the championship in like 3 or 4 of those every season. I win most of them. Excuse me. And I was like, this is fun and games and shit, and I make myself a little bit of money here and there. But, how can I help others do the same? Well, I have my own league. I'm a commissioner. And so every week I would do these videos, like where I would do a recap for the week. Like, okay, here's how this team did against this team. And I would do fucking silly, weird shit, off the wall, crazy crap, all this production. And I would stay up and I wouldn't get sleep and all this other shit, right? And they loved it. The managers, they loved that shit. They loved it. I had all kinds of characters I'd do. But I was like, they're all saying, like, you should do your own show. Do a fucking fantasy show. Go on YouTube. Do that. You should be on ESPN and whatever. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a real fucking shot. And the real shot happens next season. Sorry, guys. This was kind of my, like, see if it works, fucking try to figure it out sort of season, okay? And as far as the advice go, solid. The presentation, it's been up and down, and I know that. But next season, I'm on one. I've got some people I'm working with that are going to help me out, help me figure out how to make this the fucking shit, how to make this the best goddamn fantasy football show you've ever seen. I've got the moxie. I've got the know-how. All right? I've got the attitude. I've got all of that shit, except for I don't know how to fucking YouTube. So I got some people helping me out with that, helping me with promoting, blowing this show up. All of you out there who've been supporting me, all of you out there who've been watching the show, sharing it with your friends, sharing it with everyone, I want to thank you all so much. Without you, there is no Fantasy Football TyRant. There's none of that shit. So thank you very much for all of that. Thank you very much, my friend. Yeah. yeah, next year is going to be different. This offseason, I've got some things ramping up. I'm going to be switching over how I do my editing. I'm going to get a new camera. I'm going to get new sound equipment. It's going to be bigger, better than ever. The fantasy football TyRant is not fucking going away. Nuh-uh. You think my heart is going to fucking do something? No, fuck you, heart. I run you, bitch. I run you. No, we're fucking doing this shit. It's going to go big. So watch out for that. I've got a fantasy football 101 show that's starting up. I'm going to start that up late spring this year. So for those of you who want a little bit of like a recap on how to play the game, or if you have some friends or family that are new to it, put them on over there. I'm going to be teaching you not only how to play fantasy football, but some little tips, strategies, and some things that help me win some big championships, win the big money. Because it ain't just about draft. It's not just about waiver wires. All right. There's a lot of little tricks in fantasy football that you can do to optimize your week every week. Anyway, so here we go. Without further ado, if you have questions, ask them there. But here we go. Tight end bumps this week. Now, I was telling people that they should start Kittle, but don't expect a Kittle week. He had a good week, not a Kittle week. There you go. But my main bump up a tight end this week, Logan Thomas. So without Scary Terry playing, who's going to be catching passes? It could be one of the Sims, right? But likely it's going to be Logan Thomas. This guy over the past few weeks has been turning it up. He's had, over 10 fantasy points most weeks over the past 5 or 6 weeks. This guy has been on fire. And we even said in the beginning of the season, if given the opportunity, Logan Thomas could be a top 10 tight end, and he's been doing it. And this week, if I'm not mistaken, well, okay, first of all, he's a stud. I mean, that just goes without saying. The guy's a stud. At tight end, right now, he's a stud. Logan Thomas has the Carolina Panthers this week. I'm going to give you some stats on that here. The Panthers against tight ends. Give me a second. For the season, the Panthers are giving up 8.6 fantasy points per game to tight ends. So that's higher than the average, believe it or not. That's, so against a tight end like Logan Thomas, you got to think that's more like 12, 13, 14 points. Because Logan Thomas is that much better than most your average jamokes at tight end. And there's a lot of those this year. A lot of fucking jamokes playing tight end. So I like Logan Thomas this week. I think that he's going to be one of the few highlights for the Washington team this week. And it's going to be him. I don't think Antonio Gibson's going to be playing that well. I think he's going to start. He's got that turf toe problem. I don't like it. He'd be like the first running back to ever come back that quick from turf toe and have a good game. What I think is going to happen is going to play a few, series, and then he's going to realize, oh yeah, turf toe sucks, and they're going to move back over to McKissick and little Peyton Barber. But they need some offense, and I think they're going to get it from Logan Thomas this week. So give Logan Thomas the bump to your starting lineup. My next bump up at tight end, Noah Fant. I said it at the beginning of the season. I don't care about Cortland Sutton. I like Jerry Jeudy, but he's got another year, to gel in that offense. Tim Patrick, he's been a flare-up, and that's been great. But I've said from the very beginning that this is the season for Noah Fant. For Noah Fant to be the number one guy for Drew Lock. I said as long as Lock is quarterback there, it's going to be Noah Fant who's the number one pass catcher. And lo and behold, here we are. We're seeing it. Noah Fant's the guy. He's been phenomenal this season. He really has been. I'm pretty sure, I don't know, I have the stats right in front of me, but I know he's been like a top 5 tight end all season long. So, I mean, you can't get away from that. And this week he's got the Chargers, and the Chargers are giving up over 9 fantasy points a game to tight ends. And they faced, they faced Kelsey, but for the most part, Kelsey and Waller. Okay. I'll give you that. But other than that, they haven't been facing a lot of great guys, and they're still giving up over 9 fantasy points a game. So I really like Fant this week. I think that the tight ends, let's just talk about that right now. The tight ends in the AFC West, what the fuck, man? There's like, that's like the who's who of tight ends. It's like, other than Kittle, it's all in the AFC West. Anyway, I think that Fant's got a good week this week, so bump him up to your starting lineup. I like Austin Hooper. Again, who the fuck is Baker Mayfield going to throw the ball to? He's going to throw the ball to Hooper. He's going to throw the ball to Hall. These two are going to have great games. I still think Baker's going to have a good game. You're going to call me crazy, and everyone's going to call me crazy. But I'm going to point back out. I'm going to go back to this video and say, look, who's the only person that said Baker Mayfield was still going to have a good week? And when they find out that he's got over 20 fantasy points this week. Because they're all going to go to Hooper. They're all going to go to Hall, mostly Hooper. Hooper's going to fucking kill it this week. Well, okay, Hunt too. I think Kareem Hunt has a great game. I think Kareem Hunt has a pass-catching wide receiver game, more so than a running back game. Chubb's going to have a good game. The Browns, they have a team that can play. They have got an O-line that can get it done. Their defense can get it done. They're going to have some points on the board somehow, one way or another. Who else is there to score but Hall? It's going to be Austin Hooper. So give him the bump up this week at tight end. As far as who I'm going to sit or bench, I'm benching Gronk. Oh, wait. No, I had him as a bench. How did he do, actually? I didn't even look at that, honestly. How did Gronk do this week? Let me take a look real quick. Let me see how I had that. I was saying that you should bench him this week. Let's see if that was any good. I saw him play. I didn't think he played very well. But I could be wrong. Maybe I missed some things. I got a kid, Let's see. Oh, fuck. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, he did. He had 2 touchdowns. My bad. 2 touchdowns. I was wrong about that one. Fuck that noise. Yeah, I don't get them all right, okay? Okay, I don't get them all right. But I'm still at, I think lately I did a check and it was just over 80%. 80% correct rate. That's not bad. I'll give myself that. I'll take the fall on Gronk on that one. But Jonnu Smith, on the other hand, he's not going to have a good week this week. Jonnu Smith's been very volatile. He's been up and down. I think this is an A.J. Brown week. I think this is a Corey Davis week. I think it's a King Henry week. I think Jonnu Smith, I don't like it. He's done nothing in really good matchups, and now he's got really bad matchup. I don't like it. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Let me give you some facts here. Jonnu Smith. Okay, so he's playing Green Bay. Green Bay, just for your knowledge, the Packers are giving up 6.2 fantasy points per week to tight ends. No, thank you. Check, please. Why want out of here? Fuck that. Goodbye, Jonnu Smith. Last week, he saw 5 targets. Ooh, 5 targets. Oh, wow. That's bigger than his usual target share. He just hasn't been getting the ball a lot. Tannehill just hasn't been looking his way. I think Jonnu Smith is very talented. Don't get me wrong. I think he is. But he's not getting a lot of looks his way. He's got a bad matchup this week. So put Jonnu Smith on your bench. All right. What else we got here? Tyler Higby. Hey, Seattle is a shit defense, but they've been actually playing pretty well against tight ends. I think it's going to be a Cooper Kupp week. I think it's going to be a Daryl Henderson week. I think it's going to be a Robert Woods week. But it ain't going to be a Higby week. So put Higby on your bench. It's the championship week, man. You can't fuck around on this shit. All right? Championship week. You got to play your best guys. Leave those guys out. So let's get into some deep dives real quick. Again, if you've got some questions, please ask. I'll answer whatever questions you got. But let's go into some deep dives right now. I think that at tight end, I like Cole Comet this week. Cole Comet has been turning it on with the Bears as kind of taking over for Jimmy Graham. Now he had kind of an off week last week, but I think this week he rebounds against the Pussycats of Jacksonville, and I think that he and Allen Robinson are going to be the top two targets for Trubisky this week. Like I said, I think Montgomery's going to have a great game, but I do think that Allen Robinson and Comet will also have a good game. I think that this week, like I said, you want to stash Trubisky for championship week against the Jags, and he's got to throw it to somewhere. He's going to throw it to Allen Robinson, and he's going to throw it to Cole Comet. So that's a deep dive for you this week. For those of you in deeper leagues, hey, it's a good play. Like, for instance, this week in my league of record, it's a 10-team league. There's only a 10-team league. But like my only weakness was at tight end. And I'm starting him this week. I'm starting Comet this week. Who did I have him over? I have all these different leagues, so it's hard to tell. I can't remember who I have and who I don't have in each of my leagues. It's like, wait a minute, who do I have, man? Let me check real quick. It's who did I put him in for? Eric Ebron, that's right. I had Eric Ebron. I was wrong with Ebron, which was doing well. I don't like his matchup this week. I'm starting Comet over Eric Ebron. Ooh, do it, folks. Do it. Comet over Ebron. Start him up. I like him as a borderline tight end one this week. All right, so if you're in a deeper league, definitely good way to go. Also at tight end, Chris Herndon, if you're in a deeper league, same deal. I think he's a top 15 tight end this week. I think that against Cleveland, Cleveland's banged up. They're not gonna, they're gonna be weakened. They're gonna have to be playing the defense a lot. Their defense is gonna, be on its heels. And I think that the Jets could take advantage. I think Herndon's gonna be the guy for that. I think that. If I'm not mistaken, Cleveland's given up the third most fantasy points per week to tight ends. Hey, I think that spells a good game there for Herndon. Excuse me. I think another deep dive I like is Daryl Mooney. He's only owned in 11% of fantasy leagues. What the fuck? What is wrong with people? 11%? This guy's been a fucking solid wide receiver 3. Flex every week. And this week, Jacksonville, there you go, those Pussycats. It's Allen Robinson. It's Daryl Mooney. It's Comet. Those three. Those are the three that are going to be getting balls all day, from Mitch Trubisky. And Trubisky's going to have a good game. So they're going to have a good game. And Mooney's going to have a good game. Again, this is a DFS play. This is a deep dive. So if you're in a 16-team or more league, this is a guy you want to put in as your wide receiver 2 or 3, maybe your flex. Okay, I like him this week. Start him up. Ty Johnson, even with Frank Gore there, he's still getting some carries. I think it could be a sneaky game for him this week. Nobody's talking about him, so the fantasy gods will throw him down on you. That's how they work. You stop talking about a guy, and the fantasy gods go all over you. They'll fucking jizz right in your fucking face. They do it every fucking week. We know that shit, all right? And we're going to catch him. We're catching him this time, all right? We're catching them pounding off. Like when fucking Frank Reynolds and Always Sunny in Philadelphia. We're catching them pounding off. Haha, we got you this week. We got you. We're going to start Ty Johnson, and you don't think we were. You know who oh fuck, this is driving me nuts. My double deep danger dive. Who it's hard to get these guys. You know who my double deep danger dive was this week? CJ Beathard. I fucking shitting you not. I had this written down days ago. Okay, see CJ Beathard, double deep danger dive, 3 touchdowns. Man, that was a good call. Anyway, if you want other danger dives, if you need any deep dives or whatever, ask them away. Okay? So that's it, actually. That's all that I had planned. So now it's kind of sit back and take questions. If you guys have any questions or if you have anything to say, I might cut out early because, I mean, I'm seeing 4 people in there, and it's Ryan, it's Matt, you know. So, yeah, I love you guys. I do. You're my bros. I hope that you have a great week this week. I hope that you let me know. Let me know what happens. But I see a championship in both your leagues. I'm glad that I can help out, and I'll help out more next year. And if you want to get into DFS, if you want to get into DFS, okay, remember, I'm going to start a DFS show next week. Be there, okay? We're gonna fucking kill it. All right, let's go make $1 million. You make $1 million. You make $1 million. I'll make $1 million. We'll all get together. Fuck COVID. We'll all get together. We'll smoke some fucking bowls. All right, we'll hang out. You know, with 3 fucking millionaires or whoever else is watching. You know what? Hey, yeah. I didn't get a lot of publicity or promotion on this episode, so I can see why a lot of people, you know, not a lot of people this week. But you know what? I don't care. I love it. I love you all. I love those who support me. Don't forget, on next week DFS podcast. I'm doing rankings too. You know, for those of you who still happen to be playing, I'm going to do rankings. I'm going to do DFS. I'm going to do the Tinker Stinker. That's all I got for you. But I hope that you all kill it this week. If if you need any more advice, you have any more questions between now and the start of the games, hit me up, all right? I'm going to end this early. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to let you all fucking Tinker Stinker to take your shit, go fuck around with your lineup, and kill it this week. Championship. Here's to the rest of you all. We're going to finish this beer off. This is for y'all. For a championship. We're all fucking winning this week. Let's do it. Let's win the championship. Let's play DFS the next few weeks too, and let's win that as well. Because this is the game we love. So let's fucking let it pay us. Let's let it make our payday. Let's let it help us make a nut. And here we go. To the champs. We're the champs. Let's drink it down. Again, thank you very much for all your support. Good luck to you all this week. If you have any other questions, hit me up either in the comments or, if you have me on DM, hit me up there. Patreon, check me out there. Otherwise, good luck this week, all right? Until next week, I'm out. Peace.